Hey, my name's James Nicholson and welcome to my YouTube channel. Now in this video, I wasn't expecting to make this, but it's looking like interest rate rises might be paused because of some big news that happened this weekend. Now make sure you watch this video to the end because we'll cover all of that in detail. And while you're here, we are just about to celebrate our 1-year birthday on this YouTube channel this Wednesday, and we're on the way to 5,000 subscribers. So give us a little early birthday treat by smashing that like button over there, guys. That really helps get more views on the channel, and we really, really appreciate it. So this weekend, there was a bank run on a bank called Silicon Valley Bank. And this bank is also actually in the UK, but most of the clients of the bank are businesses that are startups and stuff like that. Now, just because they say the word startup doesn't mean that they're necessarily small. They could have billions in funding in those businesses. And there's some very, very big companies in there. One of the ones that I saw that I use is a company called Payoneer. And that's very good for paying virtual assistants abroad and stuff like that. And that company was potentially going to have some difficulty. Now, Biden and the American government has stepped in and guaranteed all the deposits in there, which is a good thing, because in America, you get the deposits are covered up to the value of $250,000. Now, there was a lot of people with way more than that because they were big businesses, although startups, but they were very well funded startups. And so the American government has come in and done a bailout of such there. Now, this is all being blamed on the fact that the interest rates have gone up very, very quickly. And that needed to happen because we've got a real battle on our hands at the moment. We've got rampant inflation that we're hoping's peaked, but we've also got to bring that down. And the only real way to do that is to stop people spending. And the rates have been going up, but employment has been still very, very high. And there isn't really much recession that we've seen so far, but although we're still expecting one. And so what is being talked about at the moment is that the Federal Reserve have their meeting next week, as do the Bank of England. And what it's looking like is they were going to put interest rates up by 0.5%, right? They were going to put them up by 0.5%. Then over the weekend, that forecast went down to 0.25%. So they thought that they would definitely not raise them as much. And now, more people than not think that we're going to have a flat month. Just a pause to see what happens. Because the belief is that if we keep raising rates too quickly, what's going to happen is it's going to uncover some other banks that just haven't got everything in order. That could be really scary, because then we might be looking at something similar to the 2008 scenario. Now, we've talked about that not being as bad as it has been in the past, because we don't have so many people that are on fixed rate mortgages. We've got way more people on fixed rate mortgages. We don't have 100% lending like we did back then. But it will, if we start getting some banks failing in the next few weeks or months, what will happen is cash will dry up. There will be more, there'll be less lending, and that will hit the property market in a big way, because that will stop first-time buyers. That will stop lots of other transactions that might even be in the process at the moment. They might lose their offers and stuff like that. So I think it's something that you've got to watch in the next week or so. What happens? Do the Bank of England, do the Federal Reserve stop putting these interest rates up? It does look likely now that this month at least, they will have a pause and just see what happens. The belief is that if they really went aggressive, particularly if they went for a 0.5% rise this month, that it would cause absolute carnage in the markets. And it just doesn't look like they're going to be able to do that. And so they're just going to have to wait and see. There are still indicators that inflation has peaked. It's a real hard one, isn't it? Like, I don't know how they're going to manage this one. I just wish that there is a way that was an easier path to get this inflation down quicker and really get things balanced out, because this is what makes a market difficult, is uncertainty, right? And that's not good for anybody. We want to get more predictability, what's going to happen with inflation, what's going to happen with interest rates. And if we get a few more banks go bust along the way, then yeah, mortgage deals will get pulled. That will mean that prices might come down that little bit faster. But it would also mean, if that happened, that interest rates would probably come down that bit quicker as well. Now, there are opportunities in these sorts of scenarios. And so if you were a cash buyer, there are going to be people that just need to get offloaded on deals and move forward with stuff. So that's opportunity for you as well. I'm looking at some lease options at the moment. So there's a landlord that has a portfolio and wants to offload some of that portfolio. We've done some videos on the channel about lease options, and that's where you can secure a property for £1. Because of the uncertainty, that gives the opportunity for strategies like that, where you can say, look, I don't know if prices are going to go up or down. You're not going to get a buyer in this market. It's a little bit uncertain. So let's secure the deal. I'll take on all the liability. I'll take that property on from you for the £1. And then I'll deal with all the maintenance. I'll deal with all the payments and stuff like that. So that is an opportunity to look at creative strategies and see how you can get some deals done. But let me know, what do you think? Do you think interest rates are going to go up next week? Do you think they're going to go down maybe even next week? That is a possibility as well. Or do you think they're just going to stay flat? Let me know in the comments below. Keep it kind. Do give a quick like to the video. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell if you didn't. If you want to know about this lease option stuff, go and watch this video here.